Cam Newton
Oh no.
has doubled down on Brock Purdy, the game manager deal, and now says that he's the 10th best player on the San Francisco 49ers. The guy just made it to the Super Bowl in his second year as a starter, and Cam Newton is saying the 10th best player on the 49ers. Fair comment?
I was going through the list, and I went Trent Williams, Debo. The Ayuk guy ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So Kittles,
CMC,
that's
Christian
three on.
McCaffrey.
Oh yeah. In the backfield, CMC, that's four, and then we go Greenlaw and Warner, and then Bosa.
And
so what?
maybe
He's
Chase
eight?
Young. Chase Young?
No, you're not. Chase Young ain't got enough dirt underneath his nails to be talking about he's better than the quarterback that's leading him to the Super Bowl. No, let's not do that. I said I had him around 7th.
I got 7. I mean,
that's why I say I got him around 7th or 8th. Cam is just being an ass. I don't know why, but he is. Brock Purdy did a milk check at the end of that game. Did you see it? When he took off running for that first down. Good old milk check. But I don't know why Cam is so angry. And I'm under the impression of like Shaquille O'Neal, good old friend of mine from, Orlando when he came in 93. We've been hanging ever since. If you wasn't that guy, let's not get on these podcasts and these different places talking like you was that guy. Cam, you were a glorified running back, son. Only 2 running backs in the National Football League had more touchdowns than you running when you were in, and that was AP all day, Adrian Peterson, and Shady McCoy. You don't show up on any passing lists. No ratings, no touchdown to interception ratio, none of that. So stop it. Stop it. You had a good
MVP. He would argue MVP.
Great year one year. Great year one year. And you know what we tell you in the National Football League? You got lucky. Then the second year, you're working on it. The third year, now you're consistent about it. Hey, we're going to recognize you. Come on, man. Arian Foster had 1,616 yards and 16 touchdowns. You know where he's at now? Offensive Player of the Year. Ain't that basically the same thing for a running back or a receiver? Same thing. So we've had people show up with a couple good years or one good year. But Cam, come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. The guy's on his way to the Super Bowl.
I will say.
Yeah. Big JTV. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Definitely appreciate y'all for checking me out, tuning in. Like the video. Comment, subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell as well if you're new to this. You know what I mean? And share the video if you like it. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about Warren Sapp calling Cam Newton a glorified running back. Right? Where have we heard this before? Baltimore Ravens fans, where have we heard this before? By the way, shout out to the Ravens fans who check out my podcast, man. Or at least not my podcast, but my videos, man. I check the analytics. Shouts out to Ravens flock. John Harbaugh should have ran the ball. Todd Monken should have ran the ball, but it is what it is. Let me make this perfectly clear, okay? Why did Warren Sapp say this? Now, with the added context is saying that Brock Purdy, right? This was all happening on the Fearless show with Jason Whitlock. And for once, Jason did not have the insane take or the wild out-of-pocket take. It was Warren Sapp because, long story short, okay, Cam Newton on his podcast, 4th and 1. By the way, Cam Newton is a great podcast, a great media guy. I think he has a great future in that. And he's going to surpass Warren Sapp in that endeavor, okay? Because Cam is actually kind of a classy guy, unlike Warren. Anyways, Cam said that Brock Purdy is not even a top 10 guy on his team. Now, to be fair, I have Brock Purdy as maybe the 7th or 8th best player on his team if you take Hufanga out because of injury. But I believe that, Brock Purdy is the 7th, maybe 8th best player on his team, which makes Cam Newton's statement kind of correct. Let me repeat. It makes Cam Newton's statement correct. Okay? 7 and 8 is closer to 10 than y'all think. So at the end of the day, Brock Purdy is not a top 10 really. It's a debatable if he's a top 10 player on his own team. Okay, now does that mean that Brock Purdy sucks? No. Does that mean that he's not a Pro Bowl caliber player? No. It just means that the weapons that are surrounded around Brock Purdy make him a superior, great quarterback. It's not just him by himself. You know who else had this? Tom Brady. Most of Tom Brady's career, he was not the best player on his team until the latter half of his career. Tom Brady was not even the top 5 quarterback for his first 3 Super Bowls. He was not. He was not, man. He was not. Okay, let's say the 4th and 5th Super Bowl when he started having Gronk and Edelman. Yes, he was clearly and above the best player on his team. You know what I mean? An individual who was the best player on his team from the very beginning was a person like Peyton Manning. Person like Patrick Mahomes. Let's keep it real. Mahomes. Lamar Jackson. And guess what? Cam Newton. Cam Newton was the best player on his team. And for Warren to call him a glorified running back, it's hate. It's hate. Because what it is, if we're being objective, is that Cam Newton throughout his career, he never had a super elite running back. He never had a super elite wide receiver. He had, Steve Smith Sr. for about a year, his rookie year. But he never had a standout receiver. He never had a standout running back. So he had to put the team on his back all the time. The only thing he had and as an elite weapon was Greg Olsen, his tight end. Right? And you can argue that 2015 season was one of the greatest quarterback seasons, period. Let's start off with that. One of the best quarterback seasons, period. Right? And to discredit that and make it seem like it's, just an anomaly. No, Cam Newton was a great quarterback. Right? And the thing is now, it's kind of hilarious that now the modern NFL wants quarterbacks like Cam Newton. Josh Allen is a Cam Newton type quarterback. Jalen Hurts, Cam Newton type quarterback. Anthony Richardson, the new quarterback drafted by the Colts, Cam Newton type prototype. Lamar Jackson, obviously a Cam Newton prototype. The dual threat hybrid quarterback is what teams are trying to draft. They're not drafting Brock Purdy, stand in the pocket type guys. They don't do that as much, man. They need somebody who can move around in the pocket, especially against these great tight ends. Look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones is not even starting. He's benched. You know what I mean? Sam Darnold guys, they're riding the bench. You can argue Zach Wilson is a dual threat. Zach Wilson can actually run the ball for real though. Right? And that's what teams are looking for. They're drafting Cam Newton. Cam Newton went first overall, bro. This guy was not trash by any regard. Warren Sapp is hating. It is what it is. Warren Sapp has to go and be on Fearless because, Jason Whitlock decides to cut him a check. It is what it is. Birds of a feather flock together. You can deduce of that what you want. But it's been Big JTV. Like the video on the end screen, man, and check me out. Like, comment, sub. I'm out, bro.